The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The sulfur dioxide emission from Taal has taken its toll on health of evacuees in Laurel, Batangas. Some residents are now experiencing cough and colds as well as fever. Romy Lopez with a story.
As early as dawn, plumes up to 3 kilometers from Taal can be seen from afar. PHIVOX earlier reported that 3 short phreatomagmatic eruptions occurred on Friday. Sulfur emission is now at 10,000 tons per day. Residents are affected, with some children now having coughs and colds and even fevers.
Masakit po ang ulo ko, masakit po ang tiyan ko. Yung po nagsasabi po siya, doon ko po siya pinaano, parang po siya lumala. Dahil nga po talaga ng bulkan. Dahil hindi po naman magkakalganto po ang mga tao hindi dahil po ng bulkan. Kahit po naman matatanda, nahihirapan din po lalo po pag nababa po dito yung usok sa paligid. Doon po nararamdaman ng tao ang hirap ng hinga.
Dala po ng kagaya po niyan, na ulan po, tag-init, dala po ng panahon.
Health workers said at least 11 children showed these symptoms in the evacuation centers. Adults are not spared.
Simula po dumating po sila dito, ang observe po namin, mas marami na po nagkakasakit. Kaya pag nag-iikot po kami, sinasabihan po namin sila na magkaroon po ng distansya po, lalo na yung may mga nararamdaman po.
They have yet to determine whether these are due to COVID-19 or just common sickness.
Hindi na po natin masabi, sir, kasi yung mga simptomas po ng iba nating mga kababayan po, halos may similarities na rin po sa mga signs and symptoms ng COVID. Kaya po, nagpagawa din po tayo ng isolation tent po.
Stricter health protocols are imposed on evacuees. Unnecessary travel in and out of the center is prohibited to prevent the spread of virus. The Health Office of Laurel assured them that medical personnel will be always present. Private companies like Smart and PLDT have also provided assistance. For News 5, Romy Lopez, VR1 News.
Taal volcano is yet again rumbling as PHIVOX records 48 new volcanic quakes in the past 24 hours. Now, are the common types of eruption exhibited by the Taal volcano. Since Friday, Taal has recorded 3 short phreatomagmatic eruptions. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, this happens when the volcano's magma interacts with external water. In Taal's case, the lake water surrounding the volcano. The magma water contact results in a simultaneous ejection of steam and volcanic fragments. Now, phreatic eruption, on the other hand, happens when the cold groundwater comes in contact with a hot rock or magma from the volcano. The result is a steam-like eruption. Now, no new magma is produced here, making it a weaker type of eruption. Taal volcano's alert level 3 is a result of a series of high-level magmatic unrests. This is characterized by low-frequency quakes, a sudden increase in temperature, bubbling activities, and gas emissions. Fissures also appear in the volcanic edifice, and the pH levels of crater lake rises. Meanwhile, Pag-asa says rains may wash out volcanic plume or azufre over the vicinity of Taal. Forecaster Raymond Ordinario said there could be an interaction with water depending on the amount of azufre in the air. Ordinario also noted that volcanic smog or VOG can still be observed around the Taal in the next several days.
Yes, tama yun. Yun yung nakikita natin. Pero ngayon nga, makakaroon lang siya ng impact depende sa dami ng azufre na available para mag-interact sa tubig.
Cloudy skies and moderate rain showers are expected over southern Luzon due to the extension of a low-pressure area. The Weather Bureau spotted the LPA outside the Philippine area of responsibility earlier today. Now, more than a year since the pandemic struck, some health experts have been pushing once again for the resumption of face-to-face classes. Speaking to us earlier, Dr. Bambi Casala of the Philippine Pediatric Society confirmed that the possibility of in-person schooling is being discussed with the Health and Education departments and the COVID-19 Interagency Task Force. Casala explained that the decision, however, will depend on COVID-19 transmission in an area. She also stressed that there is no solid plan on the matter yet.
There was a short list of schools in certain areas that can be considered for being pilot classes for opening, but no list is out yet. And as far as the age group is concerned, it's still, again, a subject for discussion, because while children are not to hit with COVID-19, there are still certain other considerations like transmission to parents.
Casala also said that with the current vaccination rate in the country, it may be far-fetched to resume face-to-face schooling by August or when the new academic year starts. This as President Rodrigo Duterte has rejected proposals until everyone is fully vaccinated.
Well, he doesn't like anyone to go back to school if they're not fully vaccinated. But at the rate we're going, it's going at a slow pace, but slowly but surely, but definitely we're not going to make to full vaccination by August or September.
With professional sports having been greatly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, organizers have been tasked to look for ways to ensure that the sport will still go on. This, however, has no issue on cyclists as they instead hit the virtual roads for their competition. Lino Livario has the story.
160 riders sprinting to the finish line in a real race amid the pandemic. Although some believe this isn't possible, this was achieved during the Go for Gold Team Zwift Philippines Badass Fuel Racing Series. This was the first ever virtual series in the country that started last June 24. Virtual may that said be, the grind is just as intense or even more than an actual cycling race.
Mahirap talaga kasi unang-una, hindi mo nararamdaman yung hangin. Sa akin, mas mahirap ang virtual kesa sa normal na karera.
Cyclists like Renel Walda use their bikes that are attached to a smart trainer. This simulates the outdoor cycling environment such that they pedal harder when the road inclines and lighter as they go downhill. The smart trainer is connected to an app called Zwift and can be viewed on a cell phone, tablet, or TV, where the rider can see his or her avatar, the race course, power, speed, distance, and the opponents all in real time.
Yung speed mo dun sa app na yun, magmamatter kapag kung gaano ka kalakas pumedal, ano yung timbang. Ang maganda sa kanya is, it's a real road feel.
For the riders, there's a big difference in racing in a virtual cycling race than in an actual one. Despite that, the challenge and the fun factors still remain, along with the fact that they stay safe from the threat of COVID-19 while still being able to race.
Challenge ka pa rin na i-push yung sarili mo eh. Mas masaya siya kasi medyo makaiwas ka sa maraming tao sa labas. Lalo ngayon, pandemic. Kaya mas okay ako sa ganun.
Riders have long been competing in virtual cycling races across the globe. That's why Team Zwift Philippines decided to organize the race in the country.
All the World Tour teams, the pro continentals around the world are training on this platform and also racing on this platform. Our only goal is to get, Filipinos on that, international level.
The virtual race series, which has 2 more legs in the next 2 Thursdays, has 4 different categories where riders compete according to their power and performance. The organizers emphasize the importance of adapting or finding a new normal to be able to keep this sport alive amid quarantine restrictions.
Almost 2 years na yun lockdown. And if a professional cyclist only has a certain amount of time to be in their prime. So if they lose 2 years to not training, it's very hard to come back from that. We feel that this is the future of cycling. Well, it's not a replacement, but it's an add-on to cycling in the Philippines.
For News 5, Lynn Olivario, We Are One News.
Did you know that the modern Olympic Games is a century and a quarter years old? Yes, the very first modern Olympics were held in Athens, Greece in 1896. That's 125 years ago. More than 240 athletes from 14 countries competed in 43 events, spread out in 9 sports in the inaugural Games. No gold medals were awarded in the Olympic champions in Athens. Instead, winners were given a silver medal, while the runners-up brought home medals made from copper. Of the 14 competing countries, only one was not from Europe. But ironically, the outsider turned out to be the biggest winner at Athens. Athletes from the United States garnered the most Olympic titles with 11, while host Greece expectedly carted away with the most medals, 46. The first Olympics proved to be a huge success as it attracted the largest international participation in any multi-sport event to that date. Thus, the modern Olympic Games was born and was destined to reach even greater heights.
See us stronger. Catch the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 from July 23 to August 8, 2021 here on Signal, official broadcaster of Tokyo 2020.
And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.